I was saying, throw out the Kyle Rittenhouse case. It's self-defense all the way. He was protecting his neighborhood. There were some looters and everything. But now that the court cases went through and I've seen Mr. Rittenhouse talk and things, and the judge defends him, and we all understand what happened. But just the way Kyle was talking in the court, he wasn't talking like how I would have been talking if that was the case. Like, he just sort of didn't explain that he's a hardworking person, that he pays his mortgage or his rent, and that his city was in flames and there was rioters and he was only trying to protect. He didn't go into that. He just it didn't look good on him the way he had explained why he had purchased a gun, because it looked cool, he said. No, you purchased a gun because there was a chance that your life and property would come into danger, or you like hunting and things of that nature, or you need to defend your property and your hard work and things that are going to affect the economy down the line, like your boss and your other fellow employees and things. If your life and property was to be into danger, that's why you got a firearm. Not because it just looks cool. Looks cool would be a thing that you could additionally add on to that, what I just said. It looked horrible on everything. It looked horrible in self-defense all across the board. I got nailed for a self-defense, and now he's getting nailed for a self-defense because they're not even letting the truth come out. They're just locking away everyone. But at the same time, Kyle should have stayed home and stood his ground from his place, and he could have played Call of Duty Zombies from his house all day long. But you don't know how bad it is over there, right? There's fires down the street. You don't know if your house is going to catch on fire in the next minute, but I don't even think he had his own house. That's the thing. He wasn't one of those guys, I don't think, because that's what he was supposed to explain in court. How he's one of those guys. Had a house and he was worried about his house burning and all that. But if that was the case, you should have been by your house. That's your property. It's not your duty to go protect Dollar General. Dollar General has its own people, his own owners, and they have to call the U.S. Army and stuff like that. And it's their loss if they did not protect their property in time by calling the Army and whatnot to protect that building or whatever that got destroyed. So, but you could fight in court that you had to be drafted immediately into the U.S. Army, because that is a law, because there was a real war going on in your city in America and you had to be drafted immediately, and that's why you went into action. Because you considered yourself U.S. Army at that point because of how much it had gotten so bad in that area. And I could agree on that. But in this certain circumstance, because nobody's even going to listen to my opinion on it, my certain circumstance, I think he might get some time. I don't think he's going to get life or nothing. Of course not. But I think he'll get some time. They might slap him with some charges just because of the way that it's been presented. It's been almost made to look like a joke by this point. And it hasn't been explained that the conditions were so bad. They just say rioters and looters, and then they let that other side really wean them where they won't even say, like, the city was in catastrophe. There were people burning houses down, something people worked their whole lives for. Get up at 6 a.m, go to bed, all that, every night, every day, to buy that house, to provide that house and everything. And same with the businesses. People are going around destroying them, like physically, like terroristically. You know what I mean? But I think this was an immature thing. He should have been at his house protecting his specific property and calling more army and all that like that to protect those bigger buildings that are owned by other people. And if they come anywhere near his stuff, then you could shoot, But the way he did it, he went out and... But like I said, the way he could fight that is if it was such a catastrophe that he and many others considered themselves to have to draft into the U.S. Army to fight against these terrorists that were destroying. That's the only way.